Hi guys, welcome to my video channel. We are the reviewer VN and today we will recommend you an exciting movies. This is San Andreas. A girl is driving on a road by the mountain, but when she enlisted to look at the phone, not paying attention to the road, then the rock and soil on the mountain fell down. Suddenly she rushed down the cliff. Fortunately, the car was trapped at a cliff, so she escaped death. Then she sent out a signal for help. Right after receiving the signal, the Los Angeles rescue team immediately set off. But while fixing the vehicle, the rescue arm got stuck. Vehicle weight makes the helicopter cannot bear. As the person have full of experience, Ruth immediately took action, decisively kicked out the car door, embraced the girl. Then told his teammates to cut off the wire that fixed the car, and the car then slid down the cliff. Everyone also successfully completed the task. As a professor of seismology at the University of California, having just discussed with students about a major earthquake, Lawrence saw his colleagues bringing up a set of data about an earthquake. He found Falco in Nevada had 23 earthquakes in 24 hours. So to test the study, Lawrence and his colleagues went to Hoover Dam. After testing, they found their hypotheses are completely correct. They actually predicted the earthquake, but they have not been happy yet when the Songsley chart went up and down, then the whole dam collapsed in the earthquake. Because of saving a little girl, his colleague was crushed in the rock. Elle was very grieved. The next day, Elle was tired to go back to the lab. The reporter said she wanted to interview him about yesterday's earthquake. Suffering from losing his friend, he intended to refuse. But thinking back, if predicting the earthquake would save more people, he immediately accepted. But the interview had just started. The assistant fearfully interrupted the conversation. When the SAW array detected a signal, the transmitter was on Old Gold Mountain. After making a comparison, he predicted that the Nevada earthquake was just the beginning. There would be a series of upheavals, so he told his assistant to inform everyone. At the same time, Ruth received a phone call from her daughter Mary, and realized that he and his wife were about to divorce. They were going to have dinner with their boyfriend. He felt sad, but at the same time received news of the aid. Amy was eating with her boyfriend's sister, but she did not like Amy because she was married. While eating, Amy received a call from Ruth. The restaurant became chaotic. After knowing that, Ruth told his wife to go to the rooftop, and he would fly a helicopter to rescue. At the same time, Mary and her boyfriend were getting out of the parking garage when an earthquake happened. The car driver was crushed to death, and Mary was stuck in the car. Her boyfriend decided to go out to find aid, abandoned Mary and ran away from the building. At the time Ruth arrived, the city was in ruins. Countless tall buildings were in ruins. The buildings continuously collapsed. Amy on the rooftop was afraid to follow, but luckily clung to the rescue ladder and finally got on a helicopter. Ruth tried to control the helicopter from the collapsed buildings. As soon as they got out of the city, they received a call from Mary. Knowing that her daughter was trapped, Ruth flew to Old Gold Mountain. At this time, Mary was struggling in the car, but two Taylor brothers appeared and helped so that they could exit the building and go to the phone booth to call her father. Ruth was on his way when the helicopter had a problem. Luckily they landed safely and continued to rescue his daughter. But Lawrence still kept collecting data at that time, discovering that after the quake stopped a little, a bigger earthquake would continue. Lawrence asked students to infiltrate TV stations to broadcast warnings about the Old Gold earthquake. About Ruth and his wife were driving towards their daughter when the highway was split into two, so they could not go on. Fortunately, he lent the plane to fly to Old Gold Mountain. The couple also made up and teamed up to save Mary. But when Ruth reached Old Gold, the city was ruined, with no place to land the plane. Ruth and Amy had to jump off the plane and landed in the stadium. Mary and Taylor followed the flow of people to safety, but that place was also burned down. Not long before the Old Gold earthquake returned. The magnitude 9.6 earthquake caused tall buildings to collapse. The prosperous city becomes a hell on earth. Taylor was stabbed and injured by the glass. Mary helped him treat the wound, and together they proceeded to Nob Hill. Ruth and Amy saw the ruin in front of them. Unable to drive, the two boarded a speedboat to find their daughter. But they found Koi Tower burned down. As the couple were thinking, the sea level plummeted, and Ruth guessed that a great tsunami was imminent. He quickly ran away. On the side of Mary, who heard the tsunami warning, they ran inside a building under construction. At the same time, Ruth and Amy came to the Golden Gate Bridge, but at this time, a giant wave appeared on the sea surface. Ruth did head straight into the wave, but when they were about to reach the top of the wave, a giant boat suddenly came, and Ruth hurriedly changed direction and luckily escaped the wave. But the tsunami caused the large ship to fall on the Golden Gate Bridge, and Amy's boyfriend was crushed by the container. The Golden Gate Bridge was destroyed. Then the waves flooded the city, and the city was flooded with water. The strongest building in the city that Mary was hiding inside also collapsed. They clung to the pillars, and sewed the two buildings against each other so they did not collapse. Mary's assertiveness and courage made Taylor admire. Their love started here. At this point, her brother Taylor saw that Mary's parents were looking for their daughter, and when she saw that, she shot the laser into the boat. Seeing their daughter, their family was not happy when the building collapsed. They could not see Mary anywhere. Ruth immediately ran to save, but found Mary stuck in a closed room, cannot get out. Seeing that his daughter was about to die, Ruth suddenly had an extraordinary power, and he kicked the door and broke the door and saved her. But the building was about to collapse, and Amy drove the train straight in and saved Ruth and Mary. Amy plunged all of her courage out of the building and reached safety before the building collapsed. Ruth tried to save Mary, but she showed no sign of regaining consciousness. He still tried his best. Mary finally regained consciousness. The whole family hugged together. Finally the earthquake ended. Although the earthquake and tsunami destroyed the prosperous city, survivors of the disaster are still very optimistic about the future, and they build houses again on the ruins. It comes to the end of this film. If you like it, please like and subscribe my channel to help us have more motivation to review more and more movies like that. Moreover, if you want the Review VN channel review movies you want to know more, please comment to let us know. Thank you so much for your watching.